Yeah, hi there. These comments, I'm going to just use your initials, GA, and I am Michael, the founder, owner, and the materials writer for all of your lessons at the 7-step system to pass the TOEFL IBT. And you completed an integrated speaking practice test number 6. So I'm going to go ahead and listen to it right now.
The reading passage discusses the risk of nuclear energy, and the listening passage presents examples that describe the risk of that energy.
Yes, good topic statement in the beginning. You're connecting both sources, very clear pronunciation, and it's easy to understand what's going to happen in your response.
First of all, the reading passage states that some...
When you say the word passage, you have to pronounce it with a little more air. The reading passage.
Countries can produce both nuclear energy and weapon biotechnology. According to the International Atomic Energy Agency,
yes,
this agency is responsible for observing the world's nuclear and protecting.
But it's responsible for observing the world's nuclear what? So you're missing something.
The growth of weapon. Finally, the listening passage.
So let's go back to what you said. I think you might have missed a key point here.
Is responsible for observing the world technology. According to the International Atomic Energy Agency, this agency is responsible for observing the world's nuclear and...
So you can't just say the world's nuclear. Nuclear is an adjective, so I think you need to say that they monitor what countries are doing with the enriched uranium that they're using. So are these countries using this enriched uranium, for example, for nuclear energy, or are they using it to make weapons? And of course, according to the reading passage, the National Atomic Energy Agency is having difficulties monitoring this.
Finally, the listening passage gives a sample to illustrate.
So let's go back. I would say not finally there.
Growth of weapon. Finally,
I would say in addition. If you say in addition, you're now showing that the listening passage is adding to the idea. That's probably a little bit better transition word.
The growth of weapon. Finally, the listening passage gives a sample to illustrate the concept of the risk in the nuclear energy.
Yes, that's good. I like the beginning of your listening because it does explain the purpose.
Just the damage in which caused a lot of money from 1950 to 1980. Therefore,
So it caused a lot of damage in money, but you're not exactly phrasing this correctly, but it's hard. But here's what they're saying. They're saying the cost of the nuclear disaster in Chernobyl, it's more than all the money they generated from nuclear energy from the 1950s all the way until the time of the accident. That's the point that I was making in the lecture.
One of the most expensive nuclear tragedy in Russian history. To sum up, the reading and listening passage took over the hazard of the nuclear energy and power.
Okay, so you're getting there.
The reading passage discusses...
So I think your response is a little bit incomplete. I helped you complete some of the ideas in the reading passage. I think you were a little bit incomplete with some points in the listening passage. Overall, though, you had a fairly good, I think, organization along with mostly relevant supporting detail from both the reading and the lecture. Okay, so you'll score in the 2 range on this one. Let me take a look at the rubrics here for a minute. Okay, so I'm going to put you at about 2.66 out of 4. This puts you at about 20 points out of 30 on this particular practice test. Now, also 2.66, this is going to put you at 90% on this assignment for my class. So the good thing is you're doing a pretty good job with your delivery. You have fairly clear pronunciation, not a lot of problems. You're also controlling your grammar and your vocabulary pretty well for the most part, but you didn't really completely discuss the most important information from both the reading and the lecture. And that's why I gave you the score that I did.